You guys, this is Harry yesterday. I didn't see this footage yesterday. I was looking for footage of Charles and Camilla's garden party. I mean, where was the press? Who was there? What happened? But I'm being bombarded by Harry coverage. It's all about Harry. And then I saw some new footage of him leaving the church, which I didn't see. I only saw him entering the church. I think it's worth looking at. Let's look at this. This is from the day come back, and he will come back. It's so cute. Look at all these people. Look at all these people who came to say hello, you guys. Not one boo. Oh, it makes me want to cry. It makes me want to cry. Sorry about that. I just want to see footage of Harry right now, right? I don't want, I don't want to talk about other people. I do a different video, right? You're interspersing it with just crap, and I don't want to see it right now, right? So just stop. But I do need to stop with the F word. I drop the F bomb. I mean, it's one of my favorites. I like to say the F bomb. I say the F bomb a lot, but it's not appropriate. It's not appropriate. I know it's not appropriate. It's not appropriate. I know this. Jesus Christ. There I go again. Jesus Christina with this. Honestly. Anyway, so what was I saying? So I was saying that you know, I apologize to all of the people who are in the UK who respect the Prince of Sussex, Harry, and his wife, Meghan, and his family, his choices, his work, his patronages, his philanthropy, his efforts as a human being, his imperfections. You respect even that. He's a person, for Christ's sake. He's a son, he's a brother, and so on. And there are people who actually respect that. And I just blew up yesterday and I was like, I want you all out of my life. I don't care. And yeah, okay, that tells you a lot about the way I am, right? I'm emotional. I'm an emotional woman. And oh God, this guy is a hater, isn't he? He looks like a hater. Um, and I'm just like, never go back to the UK again. Ah! I need them to stop. All right, let's listen to what this guy has to say against my better judgment. Against my better judgment, all right? I dropped. Wait a minute, let's back up a little bit because he said something interesting.
Why they haven't gotten together. How close in proximity were they yesterday?
Not very far, but reality is they could have jumped in a London cab and been there.
This is Robert Jobson.
Not very far, but what I found incredible about this day was not the fact that the King was sipping tea down the road with thousands of people that were at the garden party, but the fact that Earl Spencer, Diana's brother, and Lady Jane Fellows, who was
get off my camera.
Cathedral to back up Harry, at the same church where she married Charles all those years ago, and they were locked in conversation, and it was all reminding me of that incredible speech at the eulogy that he gave at Diana's funeral, where he said, "We, your blood family."
Did you hear that? How he made reference to Princess Diana? This is where Princess Diana married Charles. So that's also very interesting. I didn't make the connection. I knew it somehow on a subliminal level, but it was at St. Paul's that they got married. And so it's interesting that Camilla didn't allow Charles to go to this service. So that it must be more involved. There's some kind of it's hate, pure and simple, but there are also other complexities and levels to the hate. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how St. Paul's was chosen for this, but this guy Jobson, if you're reading, because this guy talks out of both sides of his mouth. He talks out of both sides of his mouth. I mean, mostly he's pro-palace. But here, if you really listen to what he's saying, there's sarcasm, there's disgust, but it's covered over. He's disgusted with what Prince Charles did. He's disgusted with what Prince Charles did because, the idea of Prince Charles sipping tea miles away, while, his son was at St. Paul's, where Prince Charles had married Princess Diana so many years ago. And, and this was the same church where they had gotten married. And, and here is Harry being supported by Diana's brother and sister, Earl Spencer and Lady Jane Fellows, I think her name is. Correct me if I'm wrong. And this guy in this particular video, he's talking out of the other side of his mouth. He's talking against Charles, but he's not coming right out and being like, you asshole, right? Let's continue.
Family will make sure we look after and protect these sort of boys. So I felt that there was a bit of a divide, but it was emphasised by the Diana siblings there being sort of rallying behind Harry.
So this garden party that the king hosted, would an invite have gone out to Harry knowing that obviously he had an engagement, but knowing that he was in town?
I don't suppose there was an invite that's gone out. I don't think there's been any formal contact. Both of them realised that they were going to be very busy, and they both had big events, and this St Paul's Cathedral event shouldn't be underestimated. But the garden party was a big event too. It was the second public facing engagement that the king has carried out. He was backed up by other senior members of the royal family, including the Queen. So, yeah, look, both have very busy schedules on this particular day. You also got these constitutional things, but look, I'm a dad. I mean, I can't imagine that if my son was in town, I would have thought that you'd try and spend some time together. But, it just shows you that the tension and the problems between them, the rift is still there, and it's clearly palpable.
Well, Jobbo, you know the king better than most.
Wow, what did he just say? He said, I'm a dad. And ultimately, sir, Mr. Robson, Robson or Jobson? It's Rob Jobson, Mr. Jobson. I do excuse me for butchering your name. With all due deference to all involved in this, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's about, isn't it, sir? This is a dad. This is a dad who did that. And even you, one of his henchmen, you're saying that because you know that it's ugly what I've completely lost respect for King Charles. I've completely lost respect for King Charles. It's been... Anyway, never mind. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Okay? Not going to say what I'm going to say. I just want to focus instead on how successful Harry was at the Invictus Games yesterday, solo. I mean, he didn't sort of... I mean, like I said, I wish Meghan had gone with him. But that's my selfish wish, my opinion. That's my words. It means nothing. But even so, he was confident, and he looked really healthy, really happy, really relaxed. It was wonderful that his aunt and uncle were there to support him, the Spencers, his mother Diana's siblings. God bless siblings, right? They were there to support Harry, and because that's really what it's about in the end. You petty, ridiculous gripes. I'm so disgusted with those people. I just, they make me want to just like, Anyway, never mind. Let's focus on Harry. So Harry really just made us all so proud, and he was, this is a strange picture of these people looking away. So they probably spliced two pictures together here with Yahoo News to make it look like the people weren't even looking at Harry. These people are completely demonic. They're completely demonic. You can't even trust what you're looking at anymore because they're just horrible. Anyway, I'm really glad that Harry just kept it moving. He didn't let himself be distracted by all the nonsense and whatever was going on 3 miles away. Whatever was going on 3 miles away was going on 3 miles away. as far as Harry was concerned. He was just focused. He was in his element. And I just think he made us all proud. Do you agree or do you disagree? I'm looking at my 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I'm looking at my my what you call it, my music library. So what else is there to say about this situation with Harry? We still have 2 minutes. Look, I think that's it. I think that Harry really did a phenomenal job standing tall, without scaffolding and stuff. I mean, he's confident by himself, and so is Meghan. And that's, I think, one of the cool things about this couple is that they are just confident, whether they're together or whether they are, solo, as Harry was in the UK. And I'm just really just so proud of him. And, as far as that ridiculous garden party, I mean, it just seems like, did anyone attend that garden party? It just seemed like everyone was over at St. Paul's cheering for Harry. I mean, you don't even see them cheering like that for the king himself and for the queen herself. Usually they're booze, they're throwing eggs. I mean, it's obscene what they've been doing to the king and queen. And even William has been getting booed lately for a lot of his public appearances. And if he's not booed, then only 10 people show up for his public engagements and appearances. Like, embarrassing. They have all these barricades, but nobody shows up to see William. Nobody. Maybe 2 people, maximum 10 people interspersed among the trees. But there's literally nobody. And for Harry, who they want us to believe from their fake polls nobody cares about in the UK and everyone's going to boo, you have all these people show up. I mean, it was just beautiful to watch. Congratulations, the Duke of Sussex.